and welcome to the news at 10 on NTA News 24 live from Abuja. I am Salwa Khalil Ibrahim. The headlines. Presidency celebrates the Tigers over fifth consecutive successful outing in the 2025 FIBA Women's Afro-Basket Tournament.
One flag is for players, coach and technical team.
African Development to Bank champions youth and women empowerment in Nigeria's agribusiness sector. Federal government addresses concerns over continuation of NNPCL-funded road project under tax credit scheme.
Budgetary projects.
Northwest Governors Forum backs people-centered constitution at Constitutional Review meeting in Abuja. We begin from sport, where the presidency has promised adequate support and preparation for the female basketball national team, the Tigers, ahead of the FIBA Women's World Cup next year. Vice President Kashim Shettima, who represented President Bola Tinubu, gave the assurance at the presidential reception for the 2025 Women's Afro-Basket Champions. State House correspondent Musbah Wahab reports.
The latest African champions in women's basketball are again from Nigeria. Another proud moment for Nigeria in 1 week. And Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, is the proud national mother, two-time lucky within the space of time.
And here's for you first. Thank you, sir. And then let's see the cup.
Supported by wife of the Vice President, Nana Shettima, they enjoy the moment as women continue to make the nation proud on the continent. The First Lady leads in celebrating the hard work of these ladies, whom she says show the power of the Nigerian women breaking barriers.
This victory is not just a win on the court, it is a resounding statement of hard work, excellence, and national pride. This is a moment that will forever inspire generations of Nigerian girls and women to dream big, boldly, and pursue greatness. It is a clear indication that hard work and teamwork is what it takes to succeed. Yes, yes.
And Vice President Kashim Shettima submits to the impressive rounds of the women as exemplified by two national teams in quick succession.
Our women have consistently made us proud. We have shown the world that when opportunity meets preparation, Nigerian excellence is inevitable.
It says the government, under his principle, is committed to repositioning of sport as a pillar of youth development and national economy.
The Commission's renewed focus on athlete welfare, institutional reform, grassroots support, and performance-based development is already yielding results. Let this be a signal that we are on the right path. I'm very proud of you. You have made us proud, and we will stand by you as you prepare for the global stage.
And to the most awaited moment of reward for the champions. Nothing short of OON national honors, cash and material gifts.
And wait for the final icing on the cake. One flag is for players, coach, and technical team. It means the world to us to be able to be hosted here today and to be be able to represent our country in this way to bring back another championship.
I'm so thankful for Your Excellency Tinubu on his behalf. This is life-changing for some of these girls, life-changing for us, and this is what we need, renewed hope. We're so thankful for this, and we hope for more to come.
The African champions now shift attention to preparation for the FIBA Women's World Cup coming up next year in Germany. From the State House, Musbah and Wahab, NC News.
And earlier, after a successful campaign and the triumphant victory over their rivals at the 2025 FIBA Women's AfroBasket Tournament in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, Nigeria's national women's basketball team, the Tigers, returned home to a rousing welcome with their 5th consecutive title secured. Mission 5 is officially accomplished. Bright Ebucho was at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport as the team arrived.
From the courts of Abidjan to the heart of a grateful nation, they came, they fought, they conquered. And now, they return as queens crowned in glory. The Tigress, Nigerians' pride, Africa's finest, have danced once more to the rhythm of victory. Their 5th title gleaming like a star above the continent. Fresh off their 5th consecutive AfroBasket title in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, the reigning African champions arrived to chant, music, and the warm embrace of a grateful nation. For Coach Reina Wakama and team captain Ami Okonkwo, team chemistry and unity played a huge role in their success.
We keep going higher. World Cup, back to the Olympics, we keep going higher. But big thank you to NEC Chairman Diko, big thank you to Tinubu. You guys sent almost 11 officials to our game. That's what's important. We need support from our officials, we need support from our government, we need support from everybody, so thank you.
It's really great. It feels amazing to be able to represent my country. It feels amazing to be able to play with these group of women. It feels incredible to be able to play for these coaches, and it feels really nice to come back and be able to present the trophy back to our country. The Senegal game was probably our toughest because they got up so late into the game, and we had to find the mental toughness to fight ourselves back into the game and get over the hump and take the lead.
The expectation is to continue moving forward. I mean, what God cannot do does not exist, so we just want to keep moving forward, continue to beat Team Nigeria, make new additions to the team, just continue to be great and see what comes of it. We fought so hard for this. It's not easy. Mali was such a great team, but we were able to stay together, play like the Tigers has always been playing for years to come, and we were able to just really fight into the end, and it turned out in our favor. And I'm really blessed and happy that we were able to come out with the victory.
And as the sun rose over Abuja, the gates of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport flung open to receive champions, not just of sport, but of spirit. Mission V is no longer a dream. It is history written in sweat, strength, and sisterhood. For Sports Update, Bright Ebuchu, NTA News.
And President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has congratulated the nation's female basketball team, the Tigers, for winning the FIBA 2025 Women's AfroBasket competition. In a statement, Akpabio said that the feat achieved by the Tigers has shown that Nigerian women are pace setters and capable of undertaking any task. He celebrated the Tigers for sustaining the Nigerian spirit of discipline, determination, and the quest for excellence, noting that the 5th consecutive title have reinforced the zeal for hard work and the relentless crave for success. Similarly, House of Representatives Speaker Tajuddin Abbas has hailed Nigeria's women's basketball team, the Tigers, for beating Mali at the final of the 2025 FIBA Women's Afro-Basket, winning the trophy for a record 5th time. Abbas commended the female basketball team for making Nigeria proud, saying the victory marks another joyful moment for Nigerians home and abroad, especially as the women national football team, the Super Falcons, recently won the 10th WAFCON, while noting that the Tigers have further proven that women have the capability and the courage to cause positive change for Nigeria. The speaker says he is now more emboldened to continue with his campaign for gender equality, especially women's inclusion in politics and governance. The speaker noted that he expects to see more women breaking barriers and records individually and collectively in other areas of human endeavor. Also say congratulations to the national team. Moving on to other stories, with Nigeria's agricultural sector brimming with untapped potential, the African Development Bank is bringing the nation's change makers together to spark solutions, placing youth and women at the center of conversations on inclusive financing and agribusiness growth. Musa Abubakar reports.
Inside the AFDB headquarters in Abuja, a powerful gathering is underway. From policymakers to financiers, development partners, and agri-entrepreneurs, the goal is clear: break down barriers and unlock finance for youth and women building businesses along Nigeria's agricultural value chain.
Let us leave this hall with a compact. 1. Finance that is easier to access.
With different actors to ensure that our farmers and other stakeholders are financially included in all sectors such as dairy, small ruminant, poultry, and rural trade.
Backed by the bank's high-five priorities, from Feeding Africa to Powering It, the dialogue reinforces AFDB's ongoing support for Nigeria's economic ambitions, including bold initiatives like iDice and the Youth Investment Bank, designed to turn talent into enterprise.
Lack of skills is the second most pressing challenge. Hence, empowering the youth and women is essential for their integration into the labor markets.
What we aim is to use government money, local government, state, federal government money, to further de-risk what private financing will not do.
So we want to see more women, more youth in agriculture. It's part of the renewed agenda of Mr. President.
This year's dialogue isn't just talk. It's about co-creating innovative and actionable strategies with those most affected. With a participatory approach, the bank hopes to generate solutions that will break the cycle of limited financing and unleash the full potential of agribusiness in Nigeria. In Abuja, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. More reports after this break. Stay with us.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
Many thanks for being there. That the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare has announced the postponement of the National Stakeholders Dialogue on Power in Health sector, earlier scheduled for Tuesday, August the 5th and Wednesday, August the 6th, 2025. The Permanent Secretary, Daju Kachalom, disclosed in a statement that the two-day summit will now hold on Tuesday, September the 9th and Wednesday, September the 10th, 2025. The summit will still take place at the State House Banquet Hall, Aso Villa, Abuja, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. The ministry regrets any inconvenience the shift in date may cause stakeholders and the general public. In a major step towards strengthening regional trade ties and economic integration, the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Republic of Benin have agreed on a joint trade framework to eliminate trade bottlenecks. Details with Alika Okmanachi Arua on Business News.
The framework aims to facilitate economic development, create new opportunities across both countries. The agreement was reached at a high-level meeting held in Benin Republic. The session brought together senior government officials, custom chiefs, and trade experts from both countries to chart a collaborative path towards efficient cross-border trade. Nigerian Minister of Industry, Trade and Investments, Jumoke Oduwole, described the bilateral framework as a bold step forward in West Africa's regional economic strategy. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, NIBSS data has shown that the number of Nigerians bank account owners linked to Bank Verification Number, BVN, hit 66.2 million at the end of July 2025. The data further revealed that 2.7 million new BVN enrollments were recorded between December 2024 and July 2025. Further analysis of the NIBSS data showed that as at 2021, 51.9 million accounts were linked to BVN. It rose to 56 million in 2022 and 60.1 million in 2023, and closed 2024 at 63.5 million. In another development, Nigeria's oil production surpassed 1.8 million barrels per day last month, with current average output at 1.78 million barrels per day. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission stated this on Monday. Here are the closing figures for Monday tradings on the floor of the exchange. With Business News, Alika Okmanachi Arua.
Many thanks, Alika. Now to other news. The federal government has clarified the issues bordering on the concerns surrounding the possible discontinuation of funding for road infrastructure project under the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited tax credit scheme. Kenneth Nanim reports.
Works Minister David Umahi, in a meeting with the affected contractors in Abuja, reaffirms the administration's commitment to infrastructure development. On the issue of unpaid certificates under the NNPCL tax credit scheme, the minister clarifies that majority of the projects will remain unaffected, assuring the contractors, particularly those working on concession-bound roads, that before such projects are handed over to prospective concessionaires, all necessary steps would have been taken.
But I have said that any project that is going to be concessioned and will save the contract, will save the money, that no contractor will be out of the site without, getting paid. But in the NNPC project, I don't see much of request for concession in all the projects that you are doing. Most of the projects that are, up for concession, budgetary, projects.
Works Minister Umahi directed that all contractors and field officers should return to sites and resume work immediately, and emphasizes that updated project documentation, including revised scopes for critical corridors like the Lokoja-Benin dual carriageway and all other projects, must be submitted within 7 days. Minister Umahi informed all contractors of NNPCL projects that President Tinubu has approved that funding of such projects from 1st August 2025 will continue on a new sustainable funding mechanism. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
The call for traditional rulers to unite their subjects, promote peaceful and harmonious society resonate in Lafia, Nasarawa State, as Deputy President of the Senate, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, and state governors added their voices to the peace-building campaign. Aliyu Tijani reported that this was during the turbaning of Chairman Senate Committee on Public Account Ahmed Aliyu Wadada as Magajin Dengue Lafia.
What can be described as a blend of royalty and politics is the turbaning ceremony of the chairman, Senate Committee on Public Account, Ahmed Aliyu Wadada, as Magajin Dengue Lafia. From north to south, dignitaries across all strata of the society converge on Lafia to celebrate with Senator Wadada. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, delivers President Bola Tinubu's message, where he urged Senator Wadada to join the Lafia Emirate Council and promote peaceful coexistence.
And there's no doubt in the minds of many that you will continue to embody the virtues of leadership, integrity, and service to humanity, which the title demands.
Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barrow Jibril, Governor Abdullahi Sule, Emir of Lafia, retired Justice Sidi Baigide First, among others, all eulogized the contributions of Senator Wadada to humanity, describing the new traditional title as well-deserved.
Congratulate you, and we believe that this honor is not only given to you, but the entire National Assembly, because you are part and parcel of us, and you are someone in whom we are all well pleased. Today is a product of that relationship between my father, my biological father, and his father. Today, the people of Nasarawa State can clearly see that Senator Wadada indeed is a friend of many, not only in Nasarawa State, but in Nigeria as a whole.
Climaxing the event is the turbaning of Senator Wadada amidst cheers from well-wishers as traditional drummers and dancers take center stage. In Lafia, Aliyu Tijani, NTA News.
Another break beckons. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
It's engaging, it's refreshing, and impacting. Are you interested in contributing to the Nigerian project? Are you keen on adding your voice to the making of the Nigeria of our dream? Are you willing to be part of the new tribe of Nigeria that are sold on doing the right thing always? Then join the conversation every Saturday by 5 p.m. on Impact Nigeria on NTA News 24. It's a live interactive discussion program that focuses on values, reorientation, and nation building. Join our team of passionate Nigerians as they dissect key ethical issues that impact Nigeria and Nigerians. Be part of our program live and via our social media platforms. Saturdays, 5 p.m. and repeat broadcast Sundays, 1:03 p.m. Impact Nigeria, coming soon on NTA News 24. Join us.
Aligning regional priorities for a people-centered constitution is the recommendation by the various geopolitical zones of the country in anticipation of the draft of a new constitution. Timothy Yusuf reports that the Northwest Governors Forum is in support of this position at the Constitutional Review Consultative Meeting held in Abuja.
the Northwest Common Position on Constitutional Reform.
This is not just another policy engagement, but a gathering of like minds committed to shaping the future of governance, justice, equity, and inclusive participation of all sections of the country in the decision-making process.
The position of each state.
Participants emphasized that across the Northwest states, conversations have been ongoing from state executive councils to houses of assembly, civil society organizations, and traditional institutions, all aimed at contributing to Nigeria's constitutional review process. Discussions covered state police, fiscal federalism, local government autonomy, judicial and electoral reforms, among other topical issues.
As a region, we are acutely aware of the shared burdens that confront us. Rampant insecurity, youth unemployment, poor infrastructure, underinvestment in agriculture, drug abuse, and the weakening of traditional institutions. These are not problems confined to one state. They are regional in scope and demand regional solutions.
It is now our duty and responsibility to deliver a document that reflects both the wisdom of our region and the urgency of our time.
The Northwest Common Position on Constitutional Reform is expected in a harmonized technical document to be submitted to the 7 governors in the Northwest region, who will review and declare the final Northwest position at a subsequent session. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, has continued to wear a new look as more development and people-oriented projects sprung up in the ancient city. The projects are part of effort to adorn the city, provide social services to the citizenry in line with urban renewal program of the state government. Mohamed Goni reports that Governor Babagana Umara Zulum inspected construction of 4 landmark projects being executed by his administration within Maiduguri, the state capital.
About 10 kilometers away from Maiduguri metropolis, the Kashim Ibrahim University Teaching Hospital stands as a magnificent edifice along Kano Road, drawing attention with its impressive architecture. The 2-story structure is designed to meet the standards of a modern teaching hospital, serving both as training ground for medical professionals and as tertiary healthcare facility. Governor Zulum inspected various sections of the hospital, which is at the completion stage, with finishing touches ongoing to pave the way for installation of equipments and other necessary facilities for smooth take-off.
We can have a teaching hospital with the state-of-art facilities. People will prefer to go to the state teaching hospital than to Cairo and India.
Another flagship project is the Maiduguri International Conference Center, situated on a 7-hectare plot with a built-up area of approximately 6,000 square meters and a main hall capacity of 4,000 seats. The center also comprises a 2,500 capacity multipurpose hall, guest chalets, banquet halls, seminar rooms, and other supporting facilities.
International Conference Center need not to be over-emphasized. This not only the economy, we are going to fast-track the process. And also the committee also to see whether we are team for next time.
To tackle perennial flooding in parts of Maiduguri and neighboring communities, the state government is constructing a modern flood drainage control network.
After the completion of this work, the annual problems of tourists that we are facing, the flooding that we are facing along the entire Guamari Kulumputu axis will be a thing of the past.
The post office flyover, the fourth of its kind constructed under the Zulum administration, aligns with the urban renewal policy captured in the state's 25-year development framework and 10-year strategic plan. The governor was conducted round and brief on the progress of the project by the Commissioner for Works, Mustapha Gubio, and the site engineer, Korishi Tima.
The population of Maiduguri is increasing rapidly in a quick geometrical ratio. So, but the infrastructure available in the town cannot cater for the needs of the population. So what we need is to upgrade the infrastructural facility in terms of road networks, in terms of, you can see these flyovers. Without these flyovers, people cannot even pass the course of the next 2 years.
With over 230 projects executed by the Zulum administration in its second term and several others ongoing, the governor emphasized the importance of public sensitization on project ownership and the need to imbibe a culture of maintenance. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
Now, in the heart of Abuja's municipal area council lies Jiwa, a community rich in culture, known for its warmth and resilience. But beneath the friendly smiles and vibrant daily life is a silent outcry. It's the cry of a single struggling road riddled with potholes, choked by gullies and weighed down by endless traffic. Once a quiet farming heaven, Jiwa is now a fast-growing hub battling urban expansion, and sadly, the only road in and out is bearing the brunt. Thomas Obweteri tells us why this road desperately needs a lifeline.
Jiwa is full of doers, farmers, traders, tailors, artisans, each hustling to make ends meet. Their farms grow everything from guinea corn to locust beans, feeding Abuja's bustling markets. But once the rains come, their hopes sink with the flood waters. The main road connecting Jiwa to Deide and Gwagwa turns into a mudslides, cars stuck, goods delays, livelihoods threatened. It's no longer an inconvenience. It's a dangerous daily ordeal for commuters and traders alike.
The road connecting that road into the community is very, very bad. Definitely we need the minister's assistance for him to come to our aid and connect us to the main road.
This road now, if they construct it, it's going to bring developments, it's going to reduce insecurity.
Take Ogogo, a determined tailor who dreams of expansion. If this road is fixed, she says, customers will flow and business will boom. Then there is Olajide, a taxi driver who has seen the worst of Jiwa's gridlock. He appreciates the recent NCC junction to Idu Road industrial area, commissioned by the FCT minister, but adds that it's only made things worse for Jiwa. Now lorries and heavy vehicles cut through here as a shortcut, he explains, putting more pressure on the already broken road.
People would like to come to this place to come and buy, but when they think of how bad the road is, they feel they should go to somewhere else to go and buy.
Since we don't block that road for the day, we don't repair am, we don't open this place, we go SCC. Pressure is there for this Jiwa road here. I beg, make you remember us. I beg you, Mr. Wike, Mr. Project. I love you too much. I beg you, remember us.
His Royal Highness Dr. Idris Musa, the Emir of Jiwa, speaks with calm urgency. My people are peaceful, welcoming, and hardworking. He says, we are grateful for the NCC Idu Road, but the Jiwa Road has been neglected for far too long. He's not just speaking for his community, he's sounding the alarm for urgent action. Upgrading the road, the Emir notes, will ease the burden on Jiwa's residents and serve the thousands now relying on it as a major bypass into the capital.
Let us first thank the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory for his gigantic activities that he's doing in FCT. We really appreciate him. The road from Nizamia down to Onyx Dantata, you can pass there without any hitch. Entering Jiwa, the road is typically bad. We are appealing to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory to come to our aid.
From Jiwa Road to the highways of Abuja city center, one message echoes loud and clear. This is no longer just a community concern. Fixing Jiwa's only major road is now a city-wide imperative. It's about keeping pace with growth, managing rising traffic, and unlocking the economic promise of a thriving community. For Jiwa, a good road means more than just a smooth travel. It means dignity, opportunity, and a better tomorrow. In Abuja, Thomas Obweteri, NTA News.
Well done, Thomas. Now, The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Bala Abubakar, has reassured President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the Nigerian Air Force's loyalty and dedication. Speaking at the graduation ceremony of the initial Cabin Crew Course 1 2025 in Kaduna, the Air Chief stressed the importance of enhancing the force's operational readiness, especially in joint efforts to address security challenges across the country. Suraj Abdullahi reports.
The Air Traffic Services Training Center in Kaduna has conducted a graduation ceremony for 55 personnel who completed 3 specialized courses. The breakdown includes 19 graduates from the initial Cabin Crew Course 1 2025, 18 from the A2 to A1 Air Traffic Control Assistant and Base Operators Upgrading Course 8 2025, and 18 from the A3 to A2 Course 2025. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Bala Abubakar, who was represented by the Air Officer Commanding Air Training Command, Air Vice Marshal Ahmad Ali, urged the graduates to maintain high professional standards in the performance of their duties. He also reaffirmed the loyalty of the Nigerian Air Force to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
On behalf of the Chief of the Air Staff, I equally wish to restate the continued and unalloyed loyalty of officers, airmen and airwomen of the Nigerian Air Force to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and his renewed hope agenda.
These newly graduated airmen and airwomen are expected to enhance the service capacity, particularly within a joint operational environment. In Kaduna, Suraj Abdullahi, NTA News.
And in a bold move to tackle insecurity across Nigeria's forest reserves, the Nigerian Forest Security Service, NFSS, has trained and recruited over 24,000 officers nationwide at a 5-day capacity building workshop held in Abuja. The agency said more than 10,000 officers in the North Central region alone have been trained in local intelligence gathering to support formal security forces. The recruits were drilled by personnel from the police, military, NDLEA, customs, immigration, and civil defense to enhance their effectiveness in forest security operations. The Commander General NFSS, Dr. Joshua Osati Mehi, says the workshop held simultaneously across all 6 geopolitical zones. It is aligned with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, focusing on security at the grassroots level.
And the training showcased our collaboration and synergy with the constituted authority in order to strengthen our collaboration in area of gathering local intelligence within the forested area. We are using the opportunity to appeal to the new recruit that they should serve Nigeria with courage and wear the uniform with honor. Nigeria need heroes and they should be one of them.
Osati Mahi is confident that presidential assent to the NFSS bill will significantly boost its coordination and effectiveness. The Minister of State for Works, Bello Muhammad Goronyo, charges social media influencers to leverage the digital platforms for constructive engagement and to use the platforms to articulate achievements recorded through President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda and 9-point smart agenda of Governor Ahmed Aliyu to the wider populace. This is while flagging off a 1-day capacity building for new media influencers in Sokoto State. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa reports.
On launching the training, Minister of State for Works Bello Muhammad Goronyo described the new media as a medium to promote impacts of infrastructural and human capital development drives of the federal government, which have transformed lives of millions of Nigerians.
Social media has become a very veritable tool, and so we cannot help it than to really key into the global arena. And by doing this, we'll be able to put on the map the achievement of His Excellency, Mr. President, and that of the Governor of Sokoto State.
Governor Ahmed Aliyu Sokoto commended the foresight of the minister for the laudable initiative.
The media team in Sokoto, our social media organizers or leaders, to reorganize another event so that we come here and displace our feeling about your performance.
Director General on Media and Publicity, Abubakar Bawa, and Special Advisor to the Sokoto State Governor on Economic Matters, Bashir Mohammed Achida, reminded the participants to use the medium in projecting activities of the government. Coordinator of the program, Aminu Farooq, underscores the objective of the training towards enhancing capacity of the social media influencers. A paper was presented by the Director General Strategic Communication and Event Management, Nasarawa State, Dr. Farooq Ulemani, titled Fake News as it dominates social media influencers. From Sokoto, Bashir Ibrahim Nawaba, NTA News.
The media, through investigative journalism and fact-based reporting, exposes corruption, efficiency, and abuse of power. This watchdog role not only holds leaders and organizations accountable, but also fosters an environment where public officials act more cautious and ethical in decision-making. Muplang Dakok report that the Public and Private Development Center, PPDC, is engaged in the media to drive accountability and impact in governance.
Through reporting on government policies, budgets, and programs, journalists help citizens understand how resources are allocated and how decisions are made. This initiative by the Public and Private Development Center is aimed at improving the flow of information that empowers the public to make informed choices, participate meaningfully in governance, and demand better performance from their leaders. Stakeholders emphasized how the media fosters an informed and engaged citizenry, ultimately influencing positive societal change.
You need to put three things, I call the 3 Ps, into perspective. People, who are those that are involved? Places, where is this thing happening? And the problem, what is actually affecting these people at this particular place? And at the end of everything you do, try to do a call to action.
So when it comes to getting to the rural communities, they want to see that it translates to something simple, something relatable.
So there must be impact. How does that news item, how does it impact on the people? Who are those people, who are the characters involved, in the news story?
To strengthen civil societies and the role of CSOs and the media in driving transparency, the center announced the Budeshi Journalism Grant of $4,000 for investigative journalism.
And we are hoping that it is a very strategic fund that is designed to support journalism and media individuals. We want individuals that are willing to go beyond the surface to dig into governance challenges, to uncover accountability gaps, and amplify stories that might otherwise remain hidden.
So your work has to be impact thinking. So impact thinking must be baked into the proposal. Applicants need to articulate the accountability pathway. In what concrete way is your investigation expected to generate response? Whether through policy debates, institutional inquiries, public mobilization, or follow-up reporting.
Over the past year, the center has intensified advocacy for compliance with the Freedom of Information Act, advanced access to justice through its court digitization program, and deepened grassroots civic engagement. In Abuja, Muplang Dakok, NTA News.
The chairman, Jigawa State Council of Chiefs and Emir of Hadija Alhaji Adamu Abubakar Maji, has pledged the support of traditional rulers towards effort aimed at enrolling out-of-school children back into classrooms. The Emir made the assurance when he received a delegation from the National Commission for Al-Majiri and Out-of-School Children Education at his palace in Hadija. Awal Mohammed Kazauri reports.
Nigeria currently has the highest number of out-of-school children in the world. According to UNICEF, 1 in every 5 out-of-school children globally resides in Nigeria. At the advocacy meeting in Hadeja, the emir represented by the Galadiman Hadeja Alhaji Usman Abdul Aziz described the rising number of out-of-school children as a significant but solvable national challenge. He urged parents, guardians, and community leaders to support the Commission's effort, emphasizing that addressing the Almajiri and out-of-school children issue is a collective responsibility that will benefit the nation at large.
So if parents and community give cooperation to this commission, it will go a long way in resolving most of the teething problems we are seeing in relation to the Almajiri system, in relation to the out-of-school children.
Chairman of the Jigawa State Advocacy Team, Mala Abdullahi Yunusa, said the team's mission is to raise awareness and encourage the reintegration of Almajiri and out-of-school children into the formal education system. Mala Yunusa noted that despite the provision of free and compulsory basic education, an estimated 10.5 million children aged between 5 and 14 years remain out of school, half of whom are from northern Nigeria.
Is aiming at remedying the situation to the extent that one day you will be thinking of a total eradication and the elimination of those Almajiris, and to see the total integrations of schools, both Islamia schools and those Western education, so that at least Nigeria will be a shining example that will be emulated by other African countries.
The National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children was recently established to coordinate and implement strategies to ensure every Nigerian child has access to quality education regardless of background or circumstance. In Dutse, Awal Muhammad Kazaure, NTA News.
A positive turnaround in the provision of social security within the last 1 year by the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund has been lauded by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Muhammad Maigari Dingyadi. This was at the retreat for the National Assembly Joint Committees on Labour, Employment and Productivity in Lagos. Dingyadi pointed that aside from the vigorous drive for expansion of enrollment into the Employee Expansion Scheme, the Trust Fund under the leadership of Oluwaseun Falaye has breathed new life into the promotion of occupational safety and health, as well as driving the prompt payment of claims. Speaking on the scheme of the retreat, building a sustainable future, strengthening social security and enhancing labor productivity in Nigeria, Managing Director Oluwaseun Falaye note that it buttresses the importance of collaboration between the legislature and the fund on critical issues that will advance the social welfare of Nigerians. He admitted that more is needed on legislation to help mainstream the social safety net for a resilient national economy and enhanced workers' welfare. The federal government, in partnership with international organizations and research institutions, has officially concluded the Global Evidence Local Adaptation Project, a 3-year initiative aimed at enhancing newborn and child health through the development of evidence-based, locally adapted clinical guidelines. The end of project dissemination meeting held in Abuja marked the formal close of the initiative, which sought to align global health standard with Nigeria's unique healthcare landscape. Officials from the Federal Ministry of Health reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting science-based solutions and collaborative approaches to reduce maternal and child mortality. The ministry emphasized that projects like JELA are key to strengthening clinical decision-making and improving health outcomes for vulnerable populations.
Is giving all of us stakeholders great concern. And these two guidelines address top causes of neonatal death, prematurity, and sepsis. So these guidelines are therefore not just academic exercise, but they are tools meant to save lives.
We have not only developed 2 high-quality, nationally relevant guidelines, recommendations, but we have also empowered a generation of health professionals and policymakers with the tools for ongoing evidence-based decision-making.
Launched in April 2022 and concluding in August 2025. After a brief extension, the JELA project was implemented in 3 sub-Saharan African countries, Nigeria, Malawi, and South Africa. The success of the JELA marks a significant step toward in conceptualizing medical evidence to improve healthcare delivery and ensure life-saving care reaches those who need it the most. This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Here is a recap of our top stories. Presidency celebrates the Tigers over 5th consecutive successful outing in 2025 FIBA Women's AfroBasket Tournament.
One flag is for players, coach, and technical team.
African Development Bank champions youth and women empowerment in Nigeria's agribusiness sector. Federal government addresses concerns over continuation of NMPCL-funded road project under the tax credit scheme.
Most of the projects that are, up for concession are budgetary, projects.
Northwest Governors Forum backs people-centered constitution at Constitutional Review meeting in Abuja.
This is NTA News 24.
The United Nations says tens of thousands have fled northern Mozambique following intensified attacks in the region. The situation, the UN said, is deepening an already dire humanitarian crisis in Cabo Delgado and straining limited aid supplies. Francis Udojo has details of these and more on Global Update.
According to the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, the recent attacks by armed groups in northern Mozambique triggered the displacement of at least 46,667 people across the districts of Chir, Akweb, and Modumbe. Since January, over 95,000 people have fled insecurity in Cabo Delgado, and humanitarian access is becoming increasingly fragile. Government forces have struggled to contain the violence, relying on support from troops sent by Rwanda, South Africa, and other regional partners. The violence has displaced more than 600,000 people and spilled into neighboring provinces, according to the United Nations. Meanwhile, the Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, alongside the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, have condemned the ongoing conflict in Gaza. The two are calling on the United Nations Security Council to step in to avoid double standards and take up a more active role in preventing the aggressions against the soil and the territories of the member countries, and also the killing of civilians in Gaza. In another development, the Kremlin said Monday it was anticipating important talks with President Donald Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, later this week ahead of the U.S. president's deadline to impose fresh sanctions on Moscow if it does not make progress towards a peace deal with Ukraine. Russia, in its first comments on the deployment, called for caution. Francis Udojo, NTA News.
That concludes the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Thank you for watching. I am Salwa Khaled Ibrahim.